Hello everybody, I'm Jonah Freeman. Welcome to Emmausdialogues. We're doing a continued look at the Aleph Tav, and this time in Genesis chapter 1:1. As we read in our English versions, we don't see any evidence of the Aleph Tav. Here is my King James version. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. Here, in my Stone's edition of the Tanakh and the Hebrew Scripture, we'll open it up to Genesis 1:1. And here we have, in the Hebrew, Bereshit bara Elohim et hashamayim va'et haaretz. There's verse 1, the end of verse 1. And the English translation in the Hebrew Bible, they say, in the beginning of God's creating the heavens and the earth. Again, no representation of the Aleph Tav that's here in the text. And there's actually a second one right here. In my interlinear, the interlinear Bible, the Hebrew English, this is volume 1. Here it is. Bereshit bara Elohim et hashamayim va'et haaretz. And they attempt an English translation directly below each word. So in the beginning, Bereshit, bara, created, Elohim, and you'll see et, left blank. Hashamayim va'et, and the vav right here is the and again they've left the Aleph Tav blank. Haaretz, the earth or the land. So there it is in our interlinear. But in my King James Version, NIV version, any versions that I pull up in the English, the word Aleph Tav is not represented or translated. Now, the Aleph Tav word can actually be several words. Using the Strong's Dictionary. So here is the Strong's Dictionary that I'm using, the New Strong's Expanded Exhaustive Concordance of the Bible, Red Letter Edition, and expanded with the Best of Vine's Dictionary of the Old and New Testament Words. This we have found is one of the best Strongs that are available on the market. Now, in the back of the book is the dictionary, and you have the Hebrew dictionary, and you have the Greek dictionary right here. So our section that we're looking at with the Aleph Tavs, right here in 800 and the 850s. And here you see several words that are Aleph Tav. Again, just to look at some of these words that we were looking at in the dictionary. This Strong's number 226 means a sign. Strong's number 852 means a sign as well, a portent. It is related to this word. Strong's number 853, a direct object marker. It can be written as an et or an eight. And 854, the word that means with or near in proximity, also pronounced eight. And a ho, pronounced eight, but Strong's number 855. And then Strong's number 859, which effectively means you, ata. So all of these words spelled the same. Maybe some of them sound a little differently or pronounced slightly differently. If I put down the word bat, is that a winged creature, or is it a piece of sporting equipment. Or if I put down the word lie, are we talking about telling something that's untruthful or laying down? So the only way you would know is by context with these words. This is the same idea with the Aleph Tav. What is the context of the sentence that the Aleph Tav is used in? Now, these vowel points can help, like the cholam, which now says oat, we know is a sign, but originally the text did not have any vowel points. These were added about 800 AD. All right, so we're going to look at the text in Genesis 1:1. But before we do that, I want to share with you about the counting. When we write numbers in Hebrew, we write them with Hebrew letters. So the number 1 is an aleph, number 2 is a bet, gimel, daled, hey, vav, zayin, chet, tet, and yod. And then if we're going to write the number 11, we're going to use a 10 base. We're going to have 10 plus 1, so a yod plus an aleph. 12 will be a yod plus a bet, and a gimel, or a 13 will be a 10 plus a gimel. So here's our gimel. And a 14, 10 plus a 4. Now, when we come to 15 and 16, we do not use a 10 base. 17, 18, 19, those are all back to 10 base. So 17 is a 10 plus a 7, 10 plus an 8, 10 plus a 9, and 20. But 15 is written with a 9 base. So it is 9, the tet, plus a 6, which is the vav. So 9 plus 6 equals 15. And for the 16, we also use a 9 base. So it's 10 plus 7. Now, why is this done? Because if we wrote the 15 in a 10 base, we would have a yod, which is 10, and a hey, which is 5. That is the name Yah. It is the divine name. So you know this word as Hallelujah. And of course, originally spelled with a J. This name, Yah, we find it in Psalms 68. This is Psalm 68, verse 4. Sing unto Elohim, sing praises to his name, extol him that rideth upon the heavens by his name Jah. Of course, J in Old English 450 years ago was a Y. So it would have been correct back then. And so this word, Yah, is used in the scripture about 49 times. But this is one easy place to find it, Psalms 68, and that was verse 4. The number 16, if it's written in a 10 base, again, we have our yod, and then it would have been a 6, which is a vav, and that would say yo. Yo is the divine name. And we know these names, Yoel, or you might be more familiar with Joel. The name Joel is Yoel, and it literally is two words. Yahweh is Elohim. So this is the divine name. Yah is Elohim. There's another Joab, which is Yah, or Yo, is Av, is father. Yoav. There's Yoach. There's a number of these names, but Yo and Yah are both representations of the divine name. So in respect to the divine names, we don't use their names for common numbers, but switch to a 9 base for the numbers 15 and 16. All right, with that information, now you can see what we're going to do here. Genesis 1:1. So this is just the number 1. Bereshit. So in the head, literally, and it gets translated as in the beginning, he created, and that's bara. He created Elohim. So he didn't create Elohim. It is the verb coming first. And then we find out the subject who is doing it, Elohim. And then we have our Aleph Tav, Hashemayim, the heavens, Va'et, so the Vav here is and again another Aleph Tav, Haaretz, the land, or the earth, as it gets translated in our English. So in the head, he created Elohim, Aleph Tav, the heavens, and Aleph Tav, the land. Aleph Tav is a description of Elohim. Now, they didn't translate it. They didn't put it. They left it on the cutting room floor. They didn't even tell you they took it out of your text. But Rabbi Aryeh of blessed memory, one Shabbat in the synagogue, was teaching us, and he was pointing to the Vav. And he was saying, now the Vav is the Mashiach letter. It is a sign of the Mashiach, or the Messiah. And he said the Vav shows up for the first time in Scripture in the 22nd place. And 22 to the rabbis is significant because there are 22 letters in the alphabet. And having the Vav show up from the beginning of Scripture, the first time the Vav appears is at position 22, to the rabbis was a big deal. And Rabbi Aryeh was explaining this, that since the Vav letter has special powers in the Hebrew language, and it also points to the Messiah, Rabbi Aryeh was saying that the Vav then showing up in the last position of the 22 letters would mean to them that the Messiah was the conclusion of all of the alphabet, even though this is words, not the alphabet. I found that really interesting, just the statement that he made as a non-believer in the Messiah. And I went home to count for myself the letters, to really ponder the position of the Vav. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And it's like, oh, wait a second, 15 and 16, this is the divine name. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So sure enough, the Vav is in the 22nd place. But the Aleph is number 15, and the Tav is 16. This is our divine name. If we were writing these numbers, this would be Yod He and the Yah, and this would be the Yod Vav, the Yo. It's incredible that the first Aleph Tav shows up in the divine place. In the beginning, he created Elohim, Father and Son, the Holy One, Yah and Yo, the heavens, and Yah and Yo, they created the land. I just thought that was fascinating to share with you, so that you could ponder that with me. And there are many more discoveries and exciting things to share. I just wanted to take this opportunity to bring that piece to your attention. So even in this verse here in Bereshit, in Genesis 1:1, there's more that we can discover. But we'll stop the video here. In the meantime, keep looking up, and because your redemption draws near. Shalom.